Wednesday gets sad, 'cause I'm looking back, it's just what I do. Thursday won't ever end, that's when it's sinking in. Friday keeps coming next, just to carry me through. Saturday nights, I pretend that I'm fine, knowing that Sunday I'll fall apart, like I always do. Funny how it all ends the same, but sometimes unbelievable gets lost underneath it all. Nothing you see is what you get. There's color in the ordinary. Each time you begin to fall, hold on to something beautiful. Everything feels better when you color in the ordinary. Oh, delight, delight, delight. Oh, delight, delight, delight. Oh, delight, delight, delight. I hope you find your wonderful today. I'm gonna take my time, watch something black and white. Old movies get it right, oh it's a wonderful life. Breakfast in bed, dinner with friends. Isn't it always the little things that make you feel good? It doesn't have to all end the same, 'cause sometimes unbelievable gets lost underneath it all. Nothing you see is what you get. There's color in the ordinary. Each time you begin to fall, hold on to something beautiful. Everything feels better when you color in the ordinary. Oh, delight, delight, delight. Oh, delight, delight, delight. Oh, delight, delight, delight. I hope you find your wonderful. Oh, delight, delight, delight. Oh, delight, delight, delight. Oh, delight, delight, delight. I hope you find your wonderful today. We fit inside the paradigms. We color in the numbered lines. We're everything we thought we'd find, but we're growing thin. All we are is thin. It feels the same as any time. We glow but in a different light. After everything will be alright, but we're growing thin. All we are.
To planning something in May, you know? Just how it goes.
So we go and we go and we go undercover.
So today,
Now that we know we found
how do y'all feel today after a difficult class yesterday?
all we are.
Sore? What part of us is sore? Where are you stiff? Your legs? Terry had to go through the whole body scan. Oh, right here. That's nice. We'll get started for the new folks. Hands together, elbows out to the side, and then this is all about moving the hands in a circle, but through the shoulders. So you're really trying to get the shoulder blades moving. Yeah, there you go. It's a very strange movement if you don't do it very often. This is kind of our every time warm-up. Does your quarter zip have a pocket, or is that just like where it's wrinkled over right now? Does your quarter zip have a pocket right here? Mine doesn't have a pocket. Yeah, I don't have one in mine. That's fancy. And now go the other way with your circles.
You'll find something.
Yeah, and I have the same one, I guess, from an old, later ordering, not as early ordering. I've been around less time than you, so. And then in a figure 8.
I think we go.
Less chronologically advanced as well. That's the eloquent way of putting it.
We are so we go and we go and we
Just here, you big hat guy.
undercover. Maybe now that we know we've outgrown one another.
So now you can take your hands straight out and just do some small arm circles.
There's a flicker in creation in the dark.
What made you get not long here? And then go backwards. Okay, so it just changes? Okay. I didn't know if there was a... Oh, wow, okay. I didn't know if there was like this life change of like, nope, that was the end of an era. I chopped it all off and haven't looked back since. Okay. Feet out nice and wide. Hands down to the ground, walking out. Just shifting the weight onto the hands and then walk your hands back in. Stand up just a little bit and then back out. Repeat that 5 or 6 times. Brenda, what'd you do with all of our other friends? Where's Casey and Anissa and Taja and Jessica?
There's a flicker in creation.
Oh, well, she lied. Evidently.
You're always so fluorescent.
Terry's over here getting us new people, and you were supposed to be reminding all the old people of things.
You should know. Oh, you should know.
Now you're gonna kick. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're getting your heel kicked out and then just sweeping down on the floor. Colonel, what does your husband do here? Okay. I know that I've seen the last name, but I never. I learned very early on in your SEO career, don't take a last name for granted, because you never know if they're related. If they are related, are they siblings? Are they married? Are they like dad? Yeah, siblings that don't talk. Are they like dad and daughter kind of thing? You never know. Now back heel to your butt. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to take one hand and you're going to go up over and squeeze kind of a long line from your right shoulder blade to your left heel kind of thing. And don't fall down. Yeah, that's the overarching one. And then switch to the other side. Really squeeze on that line on the back. And then just kind of alternate at your own pace. Okay. Yep, I recognize the name. Couldn't tell you what he looks like though. It's kind of the curse of my job, is I look at a lot of spreadsheets with a lot of names just so I can know them, but
She leaves an empty space for you just in case. She starts with the hatred that she holds, that she covers.
now, Jesse, I wish you had held your hand there and we had measured it. And then, like, we could go see how accurate your measuring system was. Excellent. So, today what we're going to be doing, we're going to have a few moves standing and then a few moves on our stomach. So, the first one is going to be what we're calling a chest row. So, when we're rowing last week, maybe, we went out wide. This time, we're going to be pulling, like, straight into yourself. So, the key here is that as you row, you're going to have your weights in your hand, but as you row, we don't want to see those shoulders coming up towards the ears. We want to see that nice flat back. So for the new people, We want to kind of squeeze that belly button to your spine. So that's what we call bracing the core. So we're going to brace the core, and then we're just going to hinge at the hip. So instead of like rounding down, we're just going to keep that core nice and tight. You can bend the knees, scooting those hips back almost like we're like reaching for a chair. And then you're just going to keep that back nice and flat. But you can see there's a big difference here between keeping a back flat here and then like trying to like arch my back, right? So we're trying to keep it nice and engaged through the core here. So as we go, those shoulder blades are going to squeeze together and then kind of back and down, bringing up to our chest. You'll notice with this though, if you've ever done a standard row, those elbows aren't going to be able to come up quite as high. So you're going to have to just stop a little earlier here. So this one's all about quality. I don't really care if the weights get all the way to your chest. I care more that you are able to get those shoulder blades really, really squeezing in the back. You'll find today that's going to be kind of the motto, is really squeezing the shoulder blades. Then we're going to have a one-armed row. So it's just going to be one weight. You're going to have one hand on your knee if you would like it. If not, that's okay. Again, you're just bracing with your core. You're just supporting yourself with the whole core and then the whole kind of posterior chain back here. But this hand can be really helpful just to feel like I got a little bit more of a brace here. And then we're going down, squeezing that shoulder blade down, squeezing that shoulder blade. If you feel like you need a heavier weight, feel free to grab one. You may notice that with that two-handed row, you're able to handle more weight than on the other, or handle less weight than on this single-armed row. This one might be a pretty easy one for you. Then you're going to do 30 seconds the other side. Next one we have is a seal push-up. So the last three are all going to be on our tummies. You're going to be down here, hands nice and close again, and then so we almost want those hands like slid under your chest a little bit. Pretty low though, so the hands should not be up here in front of your face. They should be kind of below your collarbones. You can certainly help support yourself with your back here, but as you go ahead and press, we're really squeezing through the back. Press up as far as you can. If you can straighten out those arms, great. But again, same thing as like when we row, we want those shoulders to not come up towards the ears. So as you press, you're keeping those shoulder blades nice and down. You'll see like here, if I want to press up, I can, but I really have to fight my shoulders coming up. So that's what we're talking about, that squeeze all the way up. Then we have Supermans. So your hands are going to be behind your head, nice and low to the ground, and then just squeezing through the whole back here, not as much just through the shoulder blades. And then we're just going to repetition right there. And then the last one, kind of shoulder blades, but or kind of Supermans, but with a squeeze. So you're going to be here, up, all the way down to the back, keeping those shoulder blades squeezed the whole way, all the way up, all the way back, all the way up. So 2 moves with weights, 3 moves without weights. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Where is my music, Brenda? I need to close some tabs. I've got too many open, evidently. Wrong music. There we go. It all works out. Okie dokie, 30 seconds. We'll do 4 rounds today since it's only your legs sore, right? And then we're doing upper body today. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Grab both weights. On your mark, get set, and go. Go ahead and keep that back nice and flat. Rowing just straight to the sternum area there. Really squeezing the shoulder blades at the top. You can go ahead and bend those knees just a little bit. Kick those hips back. There you go, nice. And the harder, or like the farther you hinge over, so the closer your chest is to parallel with the ground, the harder it'll be. Yep. When you get to that, up to your chest, really squeeze those shoulder blades in the back. Get a nice solid contraction, and then lower the hands back down. Go ahead and drop one weight. One knee out in front of the other. And remember, a ton of weight should not be on that hand. It should mostly be that you're supporting yourself with your back. Everybody's got some good form going on. That hand is just to help you if you need it. Good. Go ahead and switch. Terry, you stay in the same position. Stay in the same position. Yep, and switch hands. There it is. Good job. A little bit. There you go. Yeah, looks good now. Again, make sure that you're checking in with your shoulders. They should not be coming up towards your ears here. Your neck should stay nice and relaxed throughout the whole workout. Very good. Now onto the ground for that seal push-up here. Hands nice and close under the chest. And then just pressing up. If you have any kind of like low back problems, go ahead and then arch up actually like you're almost doing a push-up on your knees here. So instead of having to arch through the back, just kind of do a modified push-up here. We want to push you, but we don't want it to be painful at any point for any of these. Very good. Now hands behind the head. Just back arches right here. Just a small back extension. This one is all about quality. I do not care how far up you can arch. I care more that your back is nice and engaged the whole way up. This is one you see a lot of people really trying to arch a whole bunch on. That is not what we care about. Now, hands straight out overhead. Like a Superman. Hands up. Big arch. And up. See if you can just keep it going. If you need to put your hands back down, that's fine. See if you can keep them up the whole time. Keep them nice and high so you're really having to squeeze those shoulder blades in the back. We're not sweeping the ground here. And done. Excellent. Karina, is this your first time doing fitness classes here? Oh, yeah. Okay. Do you like this? Yeah. You're saying the 315 may not work? I'll just tell your supervisor, I would like to be around for a while, so I'm going to go work out. Okay. Yeah, when you have a desk, it's a little easier. Manufacturing, you always know when you start and when you finish, which has its own perks, but it's less flexible. Here we go. On your mark, get set, and go. How did you end up in accounting there? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes. That makes sense though if you already had the credentials for it. I didn't know if they had like sent you back to school or something for it. Okay. Drop one of those weights. Hand on the knee. Yep, there you go. You got it. Yeah, that's perfect. Now this one, if you want to, because you have that hand, drop that chest over just a little bit. And now you can really go away from the ground there. Yeah. So you should feel like your chest is trying to get out like over your front toes in a way. And switch sides. Brenda, what'd you have yesterday? You had jump rope. You had to go around the body with a kettlebell. And then what else? Okay. Okay. Very good. Onto the ground. Oh, so you didn't just have the same 4 movements. Y'all had, okay. Oh no. Hands together under chest. I thought. Pain. Oh, you're welcome. We did like a training for that last week. You're welcome, yeah. Anytime. That's what we should do. We should do like a modified version in this class, and then you do the full version in Kelsey. Hands behind the head, arching up. With this one, you should feel pretty much everything from like your glutes up to your shoulders engaging the whole way down here. And then last one, hands out. Make sure you're still breathing with this one. Keep those hands nice and high. Even engaging the hamstrings, the backs of the legs. Get those toes off the ground if you can. Remember, keep those shoulder blades nice and contracted down. We don't want that neck to feel super tight while we do this. And done. Excellent. Jesse, what's your last name? Say it one more time. Okay. Yep. Where do you work? Oh. Had to get away from Terry. Oh, every time I go in there, there's like one person I know in shipping that always stays in the same place. Yeah. And I feel like everybody else moves around. And so I think it's just the department. Being in shipping, you got to be in the center, I guess. But it's just funny to me. It's like I go in there, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go talk to Jesse. And I walk past Connor and I walk back and he's like, where are you going? I was like, I'm looking for Jesse. And he's like, oh, they moved him over. It's like everybody's always moving. Which is cool. It's cool that it's laid out in a manner that it can be so fluid when needed. But I can only imagine how like you show up one day and it's like, nope, you don't work here anymore. You work that way, 100 feet. Okie dokie. On your mark, get set, and go. Jesse, how long have you worked here? You were talking about 9 or 10 years ago. Oh. Yeah. Well, let's just kick it back a few weeks. Drop one of those weights into the rows. That's pretty quick. And that was up in Pullman? Okay. Switch to the other side. Karina, how long have you worked at CCI? Quite a while.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh,
very good. Onto the ground.
Second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh.
it's cool when you've been at somewhere that long that has developed so much to be able to say like, oh wow, I remember when this went in and now look at it. Hand behind your head. She probably loves all the automation. When was CCI founded? Okay. It's 50 years old, or it was founded in 1950? Okay. Out, hands overhead. And big swoops. Like 2.5 years. I still do. So I was up there and you're done. I started like right before they bought the Moscow plot. So that basically kind of puts a timeline on it easier. So they had not built this yet. And so kind of sort of the plan from pretty early on was for me to move to down here. And I want to say like on my job application it said location was Pullman Lewiston. So it was kind of a known thing. And so I worked up there for almost a year. Like I got hired in August 1st and they opened this June 2nd. And so I worked up there until this opened, and now I split my time. So I'm up there Monday, Wednesday, down here Tuesday, Thursday, most Fridays. I do. Yeah, down here. So it works out for everybody actually. That. So yeah, that's how that worked. So I guess I did like 10 months up there full time, and it was a really weird time because it was during COVID. It was 2020, so like we didn't really have many offerings up there. So we kind of worked in just like an empty, like an office that happened to have gym equipment. Nobody used it at the time though. So we didn't have these classes and everything. And so then all of a sudden, I think I'd led one round of fitness classes before they opened this one. And so it was kind of this weird, like, hey, you sort of kind of saw it, now go do it somewhere else. Whereas if you're up there, you get to shadow each other all the time, so you get to see it more. At least that's normally how they bring in new instructors. On your mark, get set, and we are rowing. Last round here. On Tuesday, we'll probably do a good bit more legs, a little bit more active, a little bit more of a sweat fest. Today is a lot more isolated back here. Brenda, how you feeling over there? How's the stiffness? Are we working the stiffness out for you? Okay, that's all we're going for, you know? We're all just here to help you. Very good. Drop one weight. Oh, yeah. Well, don't worry. Today we ordered some more jump ropes so you can get extra good at it now. You'll have your own. I told you, half of these classes is just doing new things. Switch to the other side. Like some of it is clearly is going to have a fitness aspect to it, but some of it's just challenging like your brain and your coordination. Jesse, how you doing over there? Okay. No, I'm just asking you questions. Oh no, what's the daydream about? Am I allowed to ask? Do you play City League softball? Nice. Onto the ground. Just pushing up here. My wife and I were on a City League team last year, and they're fun, yeah. Yeah. Do you know Brett in HR? Brett Wilponen? He played on a team that year too, and I didn't recognize him, and all of a sudden I'm standing on second base and he's just like right next to me, like, oh, hey Brett. Like, it's kind of fun to see people you know. Now, hands behind the head, just an active little pulse right here. Small movement, high quality contraction. Like, I was really surprised at how many people are involved with that. And we were definitely like the lowest tier down. We were. Yep. And then hands out in front. And it was a bunch of like medical people, so like doctors and nurses. So I'm pretty sure like you need like 11 people kind of thing. And I'm pretty sure we had like 25 people. And every single game we somehow found 11 kind of thing, because somebody'd be on call and it's like I thought I'd get off, and or like third inning they'd be like, hey, somebody came in with a broken leg, gotta go, bye. Excellent. And you are done. You can stay on the ground. That's what we'll start a cool down. Very good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back, knees nice and wide, and do like a frog sit here. What you're going to do is you're going to take those hands out front, and you're going to raise one hand up. So basically like that Superman we were just doing, just a small raise. Not big, just enough to kind of get the shoulder moving still. Good. Now take that hand, reaching under, back up, reaching under the other way. Excellent. Now, legs out nice and wide still into that frog stretch. So hands just straight out in front, sitting back towards your heels here. Really feeling a stretch down the outsides of your shoulders, kind of down through the center of your shoulder blades. Very good. Rolling over onto your back here. You're going to bring those knees up to your chest. You can either have those knees out nice and wide holding the knees, or reach through and hold your toes. And then from this position, just kind of rock back and forth so you're really getting those hips nice and relaxed towards the ground. Just trying to flatten the whole back through to the ground. Keep those knees nice and up towards the chest if you can. Very good. Straighten those legs out. Hands nice and wide, like a big T. And then kick one leg over. So you're twisting through your spine. Keep those shoulders nice and flat on the ground here, though. We did a whole bunch to ask that back to really work hard. And now we're trying just to get a little bit of multi-directional movement. Trying to relax it and give it some positive movement. Turn away. What schedule do you work at? Work. Oh, no. Monday through Thursday? Nice. And say your hours one more time. That is not terrible. And then switch to the other side. My wife works 4/10s and does 7 to 5:30. And so. especially at a manufacturing office, your schedule is probably pretty nice for them that you're in like when they're starting that shift, I guess. Day shift. Because is that when CCI starts? When does generally first shift start?
Okay. I have learned that about CCI. It seems like it's harder for me to learn their shifts.
Then it's worth. Because like, were we talking that your husband works like 410s but does 412s? Or? Oh. Yeah, and it's just like these weird. Yeah. They're just like it's just all over the place kind of shifts, which I can see advantages to, but it seems like it's hard to ask the general question like when do they start? Yeah. Last one here. Hands together, just up crisscross. Fingers interlocked, pressing down and out, and then up overhead. Drop down by the sides, and then just repeat. Yeah, I think somebody was saying that their husband worked at CCI and they work here, and it works out well because I think it's Taja. I know it was this side of the room, so it's either Brenda or Taja. But yeah, saying that like they have alternating schedules, but because he's on 410s, but Julie's like 412s, they get Friday is. Like, you know, that's a strange thing that you don't see everywhere else in the world. But like this town functions so much off of manufacturing, like it's normal. You just don't have like where I'm from. We had manufacturing, but our economy did not function off of, and our civilization did not function off of manufacturing quite like this valley does. This wasn't as prevalent. So that is what we have today. Tuesday we'll be back in here. And then for you, if it works out for you to keep coming, you're always welcome. You're always welcome as a drop-in too, if you just have a day that you can. I think I've said it already though, but it's good for you to hear since you're new. My wife and I are expecting a baby relatively soon, so one day you'll get an email that says I won't be here for a bit, and I'll be taking 2 weeks off, and then my schedule's a little alternated, but this class will just be canceled for 2 weeks, and then we'll pick it right back up. So, thank you.
I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the morning comes and we see what we've become. In the cold light of day, we're a flame in the wind, not the fire that we begun. Every argument, every word we can't take back. 'Cause with all that has happened, I think that we both know the way that the story ends. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, 'cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the evening falls and I'm left there with my thoughts, and the image of you being with someone else, well, it's eating me up inside. But we ran our course, we pretended we're okay. Now if we jump together, at least we can swim far away from the wreck we